This week, Rivian might have just dropped some of its biggest hints yet straight from RJ himself in a surprise sit-down with Daniel Tosh, and yeah, he might have overshared. But that's just the beginning, because we've got a rare Pebble Beach edition that just hit auction, Rivian's massive new Georgia factory about to break ground, and some sneaky new patents that could hint at where Rivian's going next. Plus, if you're road tripping or even thinking about buying a Rivian, there are brand new perks you need to know about. And we'll break down why delaying your Gen 2 12-volt battery service might actually cost you, literally. Stick around because by the end, you'll have the full scoop on everything Rivian's been up to this week. Now let's dive in. Before we jump into the first story, quick heads up on something I'm really excited about. With the Rivian retreat at Joshua Tree around the corner, I created a limited edition set of 3 Joshua Tree inspired Rivian stickers, along with a matching t-shirt collection. I designed these as something you can collect, take with you, or even grab after you've visited one of these locations, and there's going to be many more to come. I really hope that all of the stickers that I create now and in the future can just capture that adventurous vibe and the spirit of the Rivian community. Quantities of the stickers right now are super limited, so if you want to grab one, hit the link in the description below. And thank you for supporting my channel, it really helps keep these adventures going. First up today, I want to share some clips from the recent interview CEO RJ Scaringe had with Daniel Tosh, which actually gave us a lot of information I think we've all been waiting for, and some stuff I know that I was really surprised came out of RJ's mouth. First up, Tosh asked about getting an EDV.
Can I get an Amazon truck?
You can't.
I want to do I need to buy a Sprinter if I'm going to in the market, or can I wait for you to pull off
we sell them we're selling them to other commercial customers. So if you want to run like a small logistics service, maybe.
Because I just want to customize it.
Yeah. It's a great surf van.
I have lift up. Okay, wait, you don't say that I can do it. If I can, I got to find a workaround.
Now, I love that he brought this up because it's a question so many of us in the community have been wondering. Can regular buyers ever get their hands on an EDV and upfit it for personal use? RJ's response made it clear he knows that people are asking, and honestly, I think it's only a matter of time before Rivian opens that door beyond the commercial space. Then Tosh brought up tank turns for all you Gen 1 quad owners out there.
You sold us on tank turns. You advertised tank turns. And then we get trucks and we're not allowed to do tank turns. And then you say, oh, it's because the environment, we don't want you guys destroying the thing. But then I came up with a perfect scenario of where I can do my tank turns safely in a church parking lot in Tahoe City when the snow is out. It's where I go to do my donuts.
Yeah.
But my point is, that's a safe place. That's not going to destroy anything.
So
unlock my tank turn. You can unlock mine to make it do it.
We designed it all around the new motor design. I'm sorry.
I just don't know why I saw it do tank turns.
It can do, but the control isn't as the new versions. Really,
I don't care about the control. I don't care about the consequences.
You just want to be just shredding it.
You sent me you made videos of tank turns.
I got lots of videos.
I want to do it with my truck.
This one's another hot button topic. On the surface, it really seems like Rivian could totally enable tank turn for Gen 1 vehicles. But the reality may be that the motors or the underlying mechanics just aren't built to handle it long term. RJ's take was pretty blunt. If you want tank turn, you need to buy a Gen 2. I don't think it's ever going to come to Gen 1 vehicles. Then Tosh went into a full-on vent about the dislikes with his Rivian, and one of the things he brought up was the phone charger. Finally.
The phone charger is garbage, and you know it.
Yep.
So my brother got me an aftermarket thing. I'm going to just show it to you just so you can see. This thing is beautiful.
We have a new one that's coming, and it's backwards compatible.
My brother got this in.
Oh, yeah.
In mine.
Yeah.
I love it.
Clearly, RJ knows the second version of the charger hasn't been great. Maybe third time's the charm. In the meantime, for all of you dealing with this issue, there's actually a really solid workaround. Check out the T-Wraps MagSafe accessory. I use it in my own vehicles, and it fits perfectly right over the current charger while giving you a reliable MagSafe charging experience. I use it for my phone, for my AirPods. I've dropped a link in the description below if you want to grab one. And then we got a huge update about the e-bike that Rivian's micromobility venture also has been working on.
They've got an e-bike in the works.
We started a whole micromobility company.
Okay, well, anyway, I want the e-bike.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. We haven't said anything about it, but
Yes, RJ officially spilled the beans, so at this point, I think it's safe to say we can confirm the very first product out of Also is an absolutely insane e-bike. Knowing Rivian, it won't just be another generic model, it'll likely carry the same adventure DNA we've seen in their trucks and their SUVs. Tosh then brought up his love for using the screens to watch TV.
You love watching TV now on the screens. I'm glad you guys finally got that.
More's coming too.
Did you catch what RJ said in the response? It was quick, but he hinted that more is coming too. Now that's actually really interesting. More entertainment options. Could this mean that gaming is coming? Because honestly, with Google Cast already built in, all of my TV and streaming needs are pretty much covered. So the real question is, what else could Rivian bring to the table for in-vehicle entertainment? Lastly, RJ gave us a sneak peek at some future products. First, he mentioned a new tent, and he called it insane. Could this be the treehouse tent that we saw teased alongside the R2 and the R3? According to when it was shown off for the first time, this tent will also be compatible with the R1 lineup and comes packed with features like climate control, onboard power access, ambient lighting, and even a projector screen inside. Up until now, many of us assumed that this concept would never make it to production, but maybe we were wrong. But the absolute biggest bombshell, what comes after R2 and R3?
Is the electric market the same? Are you eventually going to have to start churning out a different model every year, or is that done?
We think we'll probably end up with like maybe 5 or 6 different vehicles. So there's R2, after R1, there's R2 and R3. And after R2 and R3, there's R4 and R5. And that's as far out as our product plan goes today and what we're working on. But there may be like an R6, I don't know. But I can't obviously talk about it here or show it to you. I could show it to you offline, but the R4 and R5 is so cool. It's but that's the next thing after R2 and R3.
I can't believe that RJ actually brought up R4, R5, and potentially even R6. The way he talked about R4 and R5, it almost sounded like Rivian already had a clear direction or even completed designs, and it's just a matter of timing. So that leaves us with a ton of questions. What kind of vehicles will they be? Will Rivian push for more affordable, cost-conscious models to get even more people into the brand? Or will these be niche, adventure-focused builds that expand the lineup in a new direction? All I know is that I'm so excited, and this interview was one of the most informative yet. Next up, let's talk about the one-of-one Pebble Beach Edition, because this past Wednesday, Rivian opened bidding on their first and only Gen 2 R1S Quad Pebble Beach Special Edition. The auction wrapped up at $175,000, with proceeds going to WaterAid, a global nonprofit focused on providing access to clean water. That's an incredible cause and a rare piece of Rivian history rolled into one. Rivian shared additional photos and videos through Motor Trend, and honestly, $175,000 feels like an absolute steal for this vehicle. For some context, a standard Gen 2 Quad R1S is priced around $120,000, and with the uniqueness of this edition, I would have expected bidding closer to $250,000. Personally, I think this could have been the perfect launch edition for the quad motor lineup, something bold, exclusive, and community-facing. My only hope now is that the buyer brings this R1S to Rivian events so the community can actually see it. But let me throw this back to you. If you were the lucky winner, would you be driving it and showing it off, or parking it in a garage as a long-term collectible? Because let's be real, this might be one of the few Rivians that actually appreciates in value in today's market. Next up, Rivian is finally ready to celebrate their long-delayed $5 billion Georgia facility, set to become the primary home for the R2 and eventually the R3. There will be 2 ceremonial events, a community celebration on September 14th, and a formal groundbreaking ceremony on September 16th with stakeholders, media, and government officials, including Governor Brian Kemp. If you're in the area, the community event sounds like a blast. Vendors, food, live music, and even an off-road course. I've dropped the sign-up link in the description below if you want to check it out. For some context, this moment has been a long time coming. Rivian first announced the Georgia site back in in 2021, with plans to open in 2024. Those plans were delayed, which is why the R2 production is starting at their Normal, Illinois plant to keep timeliness moving forward. Still, the Georgia facility is a huge milestone. It represents Rivian's first major expansion beyond Normal and will eventually become the hub for R2 and R3 production. Next up, Rivian has rolled out a brand new offer called the Road Trip Package. Perfect timing if you're planning to buy before the $7,500 leasing incentive disappears on September 30th. This package bundles popular upgrades and saves you quite a bit in the process. You can get $950 off an R1T or up to $1,200 off an R1S Dual Max. The bundle includes the 22-inch range or the 22-inch Sport dark wheels, the XPEL Stealth paint protection, dark cargo crossbars, and Rivian's camp speaker. So if these were already on your wish list, this is actually a solid way to save some money. Now, if the road trip package doesn't quite fit what you're looking for, don't worry, because Rivian has a full lineup of current offers, and they've put together a nice cheat sheet to help you quickly see what stacks and what doesn't. You can also check them out directly at rivian.com/offers. And here's a quick reminder, if you do end up buying soon, don't forget to use my referral code when you purchase your vehicle. You'll get $500 towards the gear shop, which is basically free money for accessories that you probably are going to want anyways. And for those of you living in Kentucky, Rivian just unlocked leasing in your state. That means you can finally take advantage of the federal incentives, but you'll want to move fast before they end on September 30th. Big thanks to Chris Hilbert for sharing this news with the community. And Chris didn't stop there. He's been busy digging up recent Rivian patents, ideas that may or may not ever hit the production line. But it's always fun to peek into Rivian's engineering imagination. The first one feels pretty production ready, a patent for the R2's pop-out rear windows. The abstract actually shares potential that the windows can be fully removed, making them more modular than we originally thought. That could open up the door to some really creative use cases for airflow, camping, or hauling gear. The second patent highlights an R3 tailgate design with a clever twist. It shows a light fixture built right into the lip of the tailgate, acting as a light bar in both open and closed positions. The big benefit, better visibility when you're driving with the tailgate down, essentially extending its functionality without compromising your safety. And lastly, the third patent focuses on a new latching mechanism designed to make attaching multiple accessories quick and easy. In the illustration, an R3 is shown with bikes mounted in different orientations, which hints at more flexibility for outdoor gear setups. Now, of course, not every patent makes it to the production line, but it's exciting to see Rivian's team thinking ahead and exploring new ways to enhance the adventure experience. And lastly today, let's talk about the Gen 2 12-volt battery service notice, because if you've received a text message from Rivian asking you to swap out your 12-volt battery, you'll want to schedule that appointment as soon as possible. Jose over at Rivian Tracker shared some detailed images that shed light on what's actually happening and why waiting could be risky. According to the new information, about 75% of all Rivian Gen 2 vehicles are affected by this issue. The root cause is a design flaw with the bracket that holds the 12-volt battery under the front passenger seat. The bracket was coated in an oil to prevent rubbing against the battery, but ironically, that oil is leading to corrosion over time. That corrosion can damage the 12-volt battery, which may not only cause a leak, but could also completely disable the vehicle. Even if you haven't received a message, but you own a Gen 2, I'd strongly recommend reaching out to Rivian to confirm whether your vehicle needs to be serviced. This is definitely a case where it's better to be safe than sorry. But that wraps up this week in Rivian news. Don't forget to take a look at these new stickers and t-shirts that I have on my shop. If you found this update to be helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and remember that adventure is always out there.